With us today, Jory Avner, who is a singer and songwriter, joining us. He is a singer-songwriter based out of Chicago. He's blending traditional folk style, lyricism, and guitar with deeply textured synthesizers and electronic percussion. He strives to create soundscapes that are both atmospherically complex and, yes, sentient in terms of narrative. Jory, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
All right. Excited to have you here. Thank you for coming in.
To be here. Thank you.
No problem. So you put out a brand new album.
I did.
And it's called?
Far and Away.
Far and Away. It looks really great. How did you come up with the title and the cover art?
So the title track was actually, when I started writing the album, it was like 20 songs.
Okay.
And it was meant to have kind of a through line, like idea, be more of a concept album. But as I was kind of going through them, I realized that was just such a huge project, and I'm not really like a concept writer. I'm more of a writer on a song-by-song basis. And instead of trying to force myself to make a concept album happen, I figured it would just be better to like cut some of the songs that I wanted to take more time to develop and just release this. But Far and Away was actually a track that I had written and then decided to take more time with because it had a bigger idea. But I really liked the kind of feeling that evoked with the songs. They do kind of revolve around a similar conceptual idea.
So. Nice. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah. You kind of gave us a little sneak peek a few months ago, and I really enjoyed the track you gave us. I think was it Smoke Signals then, or?
Yeah, I think that was the one that I was kind of pushing forward at the time. But yeah.
Nice. We got a couple we're going to hear today straight from the album, 20 Something and The New Age, and then Jory actually brought his acoustic, so he's going to do what he does best, which is play us some live tunes, which is always fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're excited. So this came out March 9th. So that's pretty soon. That was recent. That's a very recent album. And, so you have been playing, how long have you been playing music?
Oh, as like a songwriter?
Like just when did you pick up a guitar, or when did you start kind of knowing you wanted to be a musician?
I was a really little kid, and my aunt gave me a cassette tape, back when cassette tapes were still a thing,
nice.
Of Dark Side of the Moon. And I had this little Walkman that I found in their basement, and I listened to that on the cassette tape, and I don't even remember how old I was, very young, but after hearing that album, I was like, that's what I want to do.
Oh, man, that's really cool. And it sounds like you were younger than, like, 14. You were...
Oh, yeah.
Because that's when I got that album, and I was, like, blown away, but to have it as a young kid, that's really cool.
I didn't understand it.
No, I'm sure. You're like, I don't know what this is, but I like the way it makes me feel.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome, and especially the old, you're bringing back the memory of the old cassette player, the tape Walkman.
Yeah.
That was sought after element back then. Awesome. So you got 10 tracks on this album. Mm-hmm. They all sound really cool, and I listened to a little bit and definitely would like to add it to our collection, so we're looking forward to that once you get the physical copies.
I actually just got them today, but I didn't have time to bring them.
No. You just got them, of course. But so people can order these maybe, or
you can buy the album off of Bandcamp.
Cool.
And for the moment, I'm kind of doing this thing where it's pay what you want, just as like a promotional thing to get it out there. But then I'm going to be putting up the physical copies to be able to buy on my website, and then also it's going out on like Google Play and all the
streaming sites. Uh-huh. That's awesome. And what is your Bandcamp if people want to look you up?
It's just joryavner.bandcamp.com.
Perfect. And you spell Avner, A-V-N-E-R.
Yes, I do.
Awesome. That's great. And so I wonder, are you an only child, or you got a couple other kids?
I have a sister. I have an older sister.
Is she musical at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
She's super, like, business schedule.
You got both sides of the brain in the family there. You got the right and the left. And And it says here you're from Ohio. Is that correct?
Yeah, I was born in Akron. I grew up in Columbus, and kind of like all my extended family is from Cleveland.
Oh, cool. So you've been all around the Ohio area.
Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool. And Akron's like a pretty big music, like a lot of people come from there, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean...
People don't realize it, but like some bands that we love are from there, right?
Yeah. I'm honestly shocked every time I hear that, too. So.
Yeah, you're like, wait, really?
Yeah.
Well, you might just be the next one that blows up.
Well,
there we go.
We'll see.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear some of this music. Let's give one of these tracks a spin. I'm going to go with 20-something to start off. Sounds good to you?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to hear this song. This is from Far and Away. from Jory Avner here on WZRD Chicago 88.3 FM, The Wizard.
Always biting my tongue, waiting for change, filling my lungs another nicotine fix for this animal brain. Chasing a tree down 1,000-yard stare, tapping my foot to the beat. Well, I thought by now I'd be a millionaire. Not every chord is where words singing. Not every ache is new to me. 20-something overcast, shouting at a flickering screen. I thought there was a reason. I thought I had a reason. Shaking every hand that was reaching for me. Always late to the game, the last one to leave. Turning over a brand new page when yesterdays I couldn't bear to read. Racing off to the show, or pacing the streets, glaring into a bottle, thinking I could see what no one else could see. But not every vision was from on high. Not every contradiction means I gotta cross the line. 20-something and all used up, so before the moment leaves. I know every reason, I never knew their reasons. Shrugged off every friend who was reaching for me. Twisted minds can think alike. Sometimes I know, but that don't mean that they mean well.
All right, that was 20-something from Jory Avner, his brand new album, Far and Away. That sounded amazing, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you play acoustic, and I've heard you, and just the way you've done the vocals and, produced it. And as in the break we were talking, this is pretty much done at your house. This is all you, right?
Yeah.
Other people have helped, but
Yeah, that song was me, and that there's like a little guitar solo in the middle of it. That was my friend Rob. He's
Cool.
just like a really great guitar player. And then Eric came in and did some Eric Quigley's singer-songwriter in Chicago. He's in a band called One More Moon, and he came in and did some like vocal backing on the chorus.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I heard him in there, and he was here once playing with that band, One
Yeah.
More Moon, so that's really cool. And he is a sound engineer over at Uncommon
Yes, he
Ground,
is, yeah.
and that's kind of how I found Jory, was Uncommon Ground open mic, and they have pretty much the best open mic in the city, I'd say, or at least one of the coolest ones. They definitely cater to their artists, and it's fun because you can like win every week, and it's like a contest. Tell us about that, like your experience playing with Uncommon Ground or at Uncommon Ground.
Yeah, so actually started going there like when I first moved to Chicago with Eric. Actually,
Nice.
We met in college, and then it's just kind of been like a thing. We just kept going back. There's really not like another kind of hub for a lot of songwriters to like get together, and I've met a lot of great musicians there too, and like, you know, I mean, they have like the Shure sponsored thing, which is great, you know, but I tend to just go there just to meet other people in the scene and like see what's going on.
Totally.
It's a place you can go and like workshop your songs too.
I was gonna say it's great networking. Like
Yeah.
every time I'm there, I see you just like going at it and like talking to people and like, hey man, you did a good job. It's a good environment. Like it really like enables just that kind of, you know, we're all trying it out and we're all trying to get our music out there. It's a good place for that, for sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then you said when you moved to Chicago, how long have you been here?
I think at this point, 5 years.
Nice.
Almost.
And you went to college with Eric Quigley, you said?
Yeah, we met in college.
Cool.
but, yeah.
What was the college?
We went to Columbia. Well,
Nice.
It's hard to say went to Columbia. We both quickly.
We both checked it out.
Yeah, we checked out college. We gave
Nice.
it the old college try.
Yes.
But,
As most of us do.
yeah.
That's cool. So, when you play out live, do you have a band? Do you do it solo? How do you do it?
It kind of changes, like, depending on what I'm doing, but, like, sometimes I'll, like, just grab some of my friends that are, like, good musicians, and we'll just, like, crash course a set and do,
Nice.
like, a band thing for a live show, if it's, like, a bigger show, but, I mean, I gig all the time, and that's not always possible, so a lot of the times I'm just playing by myself.
Totally.
With the harmonica.
Yeah,
So,
that's great. You sound great by yourself, and it's a full sound. Like, you definitely have a lot coming through on this album that I'm very impressed by. Like, I'm thinking you've got 15 different people in the studio, and it's like this.
Nah.
No, but it's
Yeah.
it's you, you know, and that's really cool.
I'm glad the illusion is there.
Oh yeah, the illusion's definitely there. Oh man, that's awesome. So I guess, yeah, what genre would you say this music is?
I have no idea.
It's the hardest question.
Yeah,
It really
I know.
is.
I guess just like indie rock
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
I would think so. Like, if you're going to be like pretty general and standard, that would probably be.
Yeah.
It's so hard to describe. I ask you only because I struggle with like, okay, how do I? It's
I
this,
know.
this, and this. It's like 5 different things, you know.
I know.
I love it.
It's hard too because like like genre names carry like a connotation sometimes too.
Totally,
So it's
absolutely.
Like, yeah.
No, for sure. And you're like, well, I don't want to like totally go in that category, but I am, you know. So okay, cool. I'm glad that you're in the same boat as I am because you know, it's hard to tell. So how many albums have you had before this or recorded?
So I have 3 albums that I've put out. And then I have like a demos album.
Cool.
But 2 of them are only studio albums. One of them was a demos album, and the other one was like a collection of songs that I'd recorded as just like scratch or like I released an album that was like songs that I had written and kind of like abandoned or something.
Yeah.
And I just figured that would be like a cool little thing to put out. So I
Nice.
did that. But this is my second full-length studio album.
Second
Far and
full-length studio album, Jory Avner, Far and Away. We heard 20-something, which was really great. We're going to hear The New Age coming up in just a few minutes, so stay tuned for that. But also, I want to know, what are your favorite songs to play? You know, if you're going to play covers, let's say, what kind of music do you like to play? Who do you cover? Who are your favorite artists?
I really like a lot of like Townes Van Zandt.
Nice.
Like, a lot of outlaw country stuff.
Totally.
I'm a big fan of Leonard Cohen, Bob Dylan.
Nice.
I don't know, it's hard. It's hard to say because I'm a big Radiohead fan.
Nice.
And so, like, whenever I'm, like, playing covers or something, I'll usually throw, like, a Radiohead cover in there.
Nice.
Which is always kind of weird, too, because their arrangements are so
Totally.
crazy and layered and
They are.
soundscapey. And so it's fun to try and adapt them to, like,
Totally.
an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I actually caught him doing Let Down from OK Computer the other night with Eric Quigley, and they kind of just improvised, and it was great. That's what you were saying. It's kind of cool to be able to like take those arrangements. What can I do with the acoustic and my voice to make it still have these layers? And you definitely achieved that. So
Thank you.
yeah, no problem. So yeah, Radiohead. That's going to be a good show. That's coming up. We were talking in the break.
Yeah.
He's going to see Radiohead for his first time, which is going to be a lot of fun. I know we've
so
been
excited.
I bet
Yeah.
we've been kind of dorking out about it, just like so excited. Yeah. So your favorite album by them?
Hail to the Thief.
Look at this.
Yeah.
I played them earlier, the whole, 3 songs, and talked about that. Why do you say that? When did you get into that album? Like when it came out, or?
No, I actually was kind of late to the game on Radiohead.
Nice.
and like I heard like Pablo Honey way a long time ago, like in high school, and it just like for some reason didn't jump out at me. And then I got into the Bends, and then that turned into like OK Computer like years later, and then I found like I was just going through their catalog trying to figure out what was good, and I found Hail to the Thief, and it was just like this is like a real nice combination of those like OK Computer build-ups and payoffs of like the the tension breaking like bursts, and then it's also still got like the soundscapey design elements of like Kid A and stuff.
Totally.
So it's cool. Yeah,
that's awesome. I just love to hear like how people kind of got into it, because I was late to the game as well. So that was like my first. I heard that in high school when it came out, like in June 2003, and I was like, "What is this?" And then I went backwards and then forwards, and they're one of those artists that I just feel like if you haven't heard them, try them out. Maybe you think, because I think a lot of people think, "Oh, he's like whiny and it's sad." Man, there's a lot there,
It's so deep, though.
It's so deep, and it's really, like you said, the soundscapes, the different. They have so many different hats they wear too.
Oh, that's true.
Which I think is cool. Like they've evolved into all these different sounds, and I think I noticed that in your music too. That you've changed. That's what a musician should do, is kind of graduate and take from that, and then become something different. Or, it's still the same, but
I like to experiment too. Like because you never know, like what you're gonna end up being good at, or like what comes, and I was just talking to my friend about this the other night, and it's like we were talking about how it's more fulfilling to try something new and fail at it than it is to just keep kind of recycling the same songs over and over again, and
totally
things like that.
You gotta bust out of that comfort zone, because you're good at that, you got that down. Now what can you do? How can you add another element to make that even cooler? And that's fun, and that's got to be a cool part about being in a band or being a musician. So very cool. And I'm guessing you write all these songs, so you're a songwriter through and through. How did you become one? Like when did you start writing songs?
I think I tried writing songs when I was like really little.
Okay.
But they were all like cheesy. And I was like listening to Pink Floyd a lot, so I was writing these like really contrived songs about things I didn't understand. And I was
totally. Like,
really,
let me do it like them, and then it's like I don't even know what I'm doing. But you tried. That's the part.
Tried. Yeah. That was the important thing. And then probably when I was like 15, I realized like, okay, I've got like my own voice. I started getting more into like actual songwriters instead of like instrumental music and stuff like that.
Totally.
And so I started kind of trying to like just write songs about what was going on with me, and it kind of just like swept away from there. I guess.
Nice. Yeah. And what would you say some of your like themes and kind of things you draw on now?
For this album, actually, it's a lot about like personal change and like feelings of isolation, things like that. Just because, like, I mean, just things that go on in your life, but also like the very act of writing a song is something that's, at least in my experience, very solitary and like requires a lot of time away.
Totally.
Yeah.
Isolation and
being a songwriter for like a living, or like a musician for a living, is also like you work on such a different schedule than like a lot of people around you, and so like it's difficult to kind of sync up with other people when you're on that.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Especially, we were talking with somebody else recently in an interview about how they want to see a lot of shows, but it's hard for them to see shows being a musician, because you're playing those same times, and gigs are at weekends and things like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of gigs, do you have anything coming up? I know you play at Potbelly, don't you, too?
That's like
which is kind of fun.
My day job.
Yeah, totally. I love that. I have a few friends who do that, and I think it's fun. Which one do you play at?
I play at Southport and Diversity, 565 Diversity, and then I also play at Merchandise Mart.
Oh, cool. Very nice.
And I do that 5 days a week.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was every day.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome. They feed you, or?
I just kind of go in and like do my
do your thing
and
go.
I also teach, so it's like I'm not like hanging out there
right.
all the time.
Yeah, it's not your thing.
Yeah.
It's good to play, and it's fun. I like going.
Experience.
Yeah, I like going to Potbelly when there's music. It just kind of gives it a little more ambiance. And what was I gonna say? What time do you usually do? Is it like a 2-hour slot, or?
Yeah, it's 2 hours, like in the afternoons.
Nice. So if you guys are ever down that way, go check out Jory. He's got music for you.
And April 6th, I'm actually playing at Elbow Room with Eric.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
cool. And is that with his band, or just?
No, it's just gonna be like 2 solo songwriters.
Oh, cool.
So we're just doing solo stuff.
Nice. Elbow Room. Very cool. Well, we want to hear more of this album. This is The New Age, which
Yeah.
is coming up next. And you got anything to say about this track?
Just going back to the whole sound design thing, this was my attempt at like kind of working entirely digitally. I think there's only one real instrument on the track. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Well, we're looking forward to hearing it. This is Far and Away. The New Age is the track from Jory Avner here on The Wizard.
I shrug my shoulders at the new way. Drink a little in the day. Kick my feet up on that long chaise. Sleep off everything I can. I think I wound up in the wrong place when I stole home base. Never think about the long game when I need a place to land. It's alright to be bad sometimes, to get a little peace of mind. There's lightning on the waterfront, fire in the west, and you and I guess. Take up arms against the new age. Smoke a little for the taste. I only travel at my own pace, stumbling down the barrio.
But the issue is surrender.
I'm always wearing such a long face, drifting out to space. Serpent charmers in this failed state are playing on the radio. It's alright to be bad sometimes, to get a little peace of mind.
We can tell from China. It's just that we don't always prefer China.
There's a blackout in the sky. Murmur in my chest, and you and I
They're
guess.
still processing it, and they are still processing it. They're not just whistling Dixie. And I suppose here I'm preaching because many people, as I said, they have an interest in this kind of thing.
Wow. I really like that. That was very beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm impressed. That was The New Age. And yeah, like you said, it was more digital, not many instruments on it, but the soundscape that it provided, it was definitely made me have a lot of feels over here.
Thank you.
No problem. That's
the
great.
goal.
Totally. I love it. So what made you think of that track, or how did you come up with that?
I don't know. I listen to a lot of different music, and I mean, I'm a really big fan of like digital music when like not like trance or stuff like that.
Yeah.
My attention span's just too, you know.
Totally.
And it's so groovy and stuff like that.
Right.
But like I like when songwriters and like rock bands use like synth instruments and
Totally.
you know, I mean it's called the New Age. It opens with that line, "Shrug my shoulders at the New Age."
Yeah, I love it. I love it. That was great.
Yeah.
Good commentary
So,
there.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just kind of like that stuff. I like when it's done well, and so I've been trying to get more and more into that.
Nice. Yeah, it sounded like it was done very well, and you know, it's different because it's like, well, I would expect like you know, another bigger artist that I know to play something like that. So it's like, oh, this guy's got it. Like, he's a local guy I can go see down the street. Plus, he's got really great music. I hope other people are enjoying it because this is the first time we've heard the album, at least on WZRD. We heard Smoke Signals, I think, a few months ago, but it's cool to actually get that full, like, it's over, it's done, I did the work.
Yeah.
I bet it feels good, huh?
It does. It feels. I've put a year into making the album happen. So
Nice. Okay, I
Yeah.
was going to ask that. How long did it take? And
yeah, it was a big project.
I bet. So what's going on with the cover art?
Oh, that was something that I kind of like did up. I'm generally not like a huge fan of like free association stuff, but that one I just kind of like took kind of the themes in my mind and just sat there and like worked in Photoshop and just kind of made this thing, and I was like, that feels right, that looks good, it kind of conveys a certain thought, ethos or pathos or logos or whatever it is behind like some of the themes in the album, and so I thought it was very fitting and also just cool.
It is really cool. It's interesting. It makes you kind of just, okay, now I want to open this album and find out what else is in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's really cool. Is there anyone you'd like to acknowledge for offering emotional support or financial support or anything to help with this album?
Yeah, so I worked with a lot of like my friends, like just
Shout him out. Give him
give
him some praise.
Matt Case, he's a guitar player in the band that I'm in.
Cool.
It's called Plastic City. And then I worked with Marissa Fandel. She's like a vocalist. You can hear her on Smoke Signals. And,
Okay, cool.
Eric was there. Rob Hintz, he's awesome guitar player. We used to be in a band together called Andretta.
Okay.
Yeah, and just kind of like, it was nice to like work with them because, you know, when you're sitting and you're writing alone all the time and you're working in front of like your DAW or Ableton in the studio and it's just you and I'm sure other musicians can relate to this, is you kind of get bored of hearing yourself.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's just always exciting to like, even if like another guitar player did something that like was technically in your spectrum, it always sounds different coming from somebody else, and
Totally.
it's like they have their own personality to it, and it was nice to be like, hey Matt, you want to come play bass on this song? And just like the bass lines that he wrote were just like different, you know, that he just has a very different musical mind.
Right,
so
and
cool.
it must feel, it's like fresh. It's like, okay, like I know everything I'm working here is great and this is what I want it to be, but like I'm bored of just me. Yeah, like you kind of want somebody else to come in and give it a little direction.
It gives it like a little twist, and it's just nice because you get to know that it's not, you know, like you can predict yourself, if that makes sense.
Yes, absolutely.
You know,
it does.
and but it's nice when you kind of listen to something. Oh, that was neat.
Nice,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
of
really
course.
little
It's super fun to listen back and like, oh
Yeah.
wait, I did that. Very fun. Awesome. Let's see, what else did I want to ask you? So it's Bandcamp, joryavner.bandcamp.com is where you can find his music. You can buy it there. I actually just got a message from someone that said, I really enjoy the New Age song. That was really cool.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's fun to get the live feed from people.
Yeah,
so
that's
you're
really
doing
awesome.
good, Jory. We're impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So you're going to play us a couple tunes.
Yeah, I can do that.
He's got a guitar ready to go. And what are you going to play for us?
So I was gonna play this song that's on the album. It's called Remission.
Okay.
It's got harmonica on it though, so
Cool.
I don't want to like blow out the microphone.
Nah, you'll be fine. We've had somebody bring in the mic like that. Microphone. Harmonica. Can't talk. And it's been fine. So take your time setting up, and
Absolutely.
we're going to hear Remission from Jory Avner live in the studio at WZRD.
All my friends are shooting glances from their perch up on the fence. I keep ducking down for cover underneath the influence. Where are those resurrection pamphlets? The trash blowing through the park, and those endearing conversations you overheard in dim-lit bars. They say we are real but in transition. Man, you just got to do your best, 'cause all your plans, your well-meant intentions, they never lead where you'd expect. A careless pilot's all it takes. Those heavy eyes along black interstate, and a cough, you got an x-ray. A run of bad luck. Or you can live any way you want, kid. It'll never be enough. So I'll keep working on these records. That smoking habit I can't shake. Just trying to keep myself together. These thoughts of sleep keep me awake, oh yes they do. And yeah, it's you that I've been missing in each and every distant stare. It ain't my name the wind's been whispering when it goes sweeping through your hair. A gentle touch is all it takes. An afternoon at that corner cafe. Damp cloth until the fever breaks. A voice over the phone. Or you can do anything you want, kid. I'm just trying to make it home.
Yeah, good job, Jory.
Thank you.
Sounded great.
Thank you.
You sound okay in your headphones?
Yeah, I was actually a little quiet, but got the little volume knob here. Oh,
there you
we
go. You can turn that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, it sounded really good.
Thank you.
And what was it called? Remission, right?
Yeah, Remission. Yes.
Tell us a little bit more about that song. You got some really great lyrics. You're a good songwriter, man.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that. That was a song I wrote actually. It's kind of dark story.
It's all right.
I had a family member that got cancer, and it was like pretty serious, like
Yeah.
stage 4,
Oh.
and that song kind of wrote like over the course of like the 2 years that was going on, just about like kind of the things that we were talking about, and like he was telling me stuff about his life, and like I don't know, I don't know, and I was kind of going through some stuff too, just in my personal life. It was obviously not as dire, but
Right.
felt kind of dire, and so
Totally.
That's what came out from that.
Cool. It's a really touching song. And do you have any advice for young songwriters or people who are trying to write songs?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's kind of on the spot, but you're
Yeah,
really good at it. Like, I don't know, do you do anything like to warm up, or how do you kind of
I mean,
go about it when you
I
start writing?
I
go?
just write every day.
Nice.
And, like,
Okay.
Even if it's like bad,
Totally.
I throw out more things than I use, and I have like a notable lines folder that I keep that's just like full of kind of cheesy or cliche
Totally.
things,
I would keep all of it, because at some point it might be, way more relevant, or you don't think it's so cheesy,
Yeah, and I guess the thing that I would say is just write every day, and like play your songs in front of people. Like kind of the investment test that I have for myself, if I like a song or not, is if like I'll play it for someone that I know, and if I kind of cringe at myself, like at a line that I'm writing while I'm singing it to them, then I know it's like, all right, I need to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
But otherwise, like if you're not feeling ashamed of it, then like it's probably pretty good.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That's very good advice. Hopefully, there's some young listeners that are going, this guy knows what he's doing, and I want to write too. What do I do? But you're right. Just write. Just anything. Just kind of automation. Just go and see what comes out.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. I like that a lot. So yeah, we're gonna hear another tune from you as well. Are you gonna have harmonica on this one or no?
No, this one actually, I don't play this one out as much, but I really like it, and it doesn't have any harmonica on it. It's just the guitar and the voice.
Perfect. That's what we like. All right, and what's this one called?
This one is called Either Way.
Either Way. Jory Avner live in the studio.
Common tongue when I'm chomping at the bit, or I've been drinking with the lights on. You might have heard me say before, I try to walk this narrow line, but if it's late, I'll keep my exits wide. 'Cause I feel like a stranger in these parts. They all sort of look familiar after dark. All them little amber windows hanging Christ-like, solemn and cliche. I always use the common tongue when I'm trying to steal a kiss, or I've been drinking with the lights on. You might have seen me once or twice on the farthest edge of town, just tuning in, turning on or dropping out. Thought I heard my name across this bar. Even dangerous times still have a little charm, and you can use me for a while if you'd like. I never do complain. Like I could stop you either way.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. The title on that again was
Either way.
Either Way. Awesome. And is that on an album or just kind of?
That's on Far and Away.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
So you've
yeah.
played us a couple tracks from there as well as we heard a few from the actual album. Exciting. You just got the brand new ones in. Did you get to
Yeah.
see them and open them up yet? Or?
Not yet.
Oh, cool.
They
You know
just-
they're there.
I was on my way over here,
Nice.
and I got the confirmation emails.
Good. And-
Bummer.
Yeah, no, it happens. Don't
Yeah.
worry. We'll be here and you can get it to us anytime and we'll
Yeah,
get it added to the station and put it up in our shelves and it'll be here for as long as we're here. So
Thank you very much.
no problem. We're
Hopefully
happy to have
that's
it.
a very, very long time.
I hope so. It's
Yeah.
been since 1974, so I'm hoping we go, 2074. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
100 years would be wonderful. So, yeah, any last words you have for us or anything you want to tell us?
I guess it's thank you very much for having me on here.
Of course, of course. We've got enough time for one more song if you want to do one more. If you're not prepared, not ready, it's all good.
I can do another one.
I figured you're on the fly. You can do that. All right, cool. So, yeah, we're going to hear one more song from Jory Avner. If you guys want to get his material, just go to Bandcamp, joryavner.bandcamp.com, and you can get this brand new album, Far and Away. And I definitely recommend it. So thanks again, Jory. We really appreciate you
Thank you
coming
very
in.
much.
No problem. One last song here.
She pines, the times have been dramatic. All them smoke signals still rolling off the hill. Down Sherman Ave, where she lights her cigarettes. It's been a while, but she's got time to kill. And all the stations play that same old static. All the backseat dreamers drive to the drinking song. Up the way I used to know a quiet place, but someone come and claimed it while I was gone. And from the corner bars to the windowsill, these distant stars are little wishing wells. You see she's wagging a crooked finger at the Lord. She's saying, I'll get mine, my friend, when you get yours. And she pines, you see she pines. It just ain't nobody's fault. There's just nothing here for your kind after all. And from this corner bars to the windowsill, there's distant stars, a little wishing wells. You see she's wagging a crooked finger at the Lord, saying, I'll get mine, my friend, when you get yours. Yes, I'll get mine, my friend, when you get yours.
Yeah, smoke signals, yeah?
Thank you.
Very
yeah.
cool. Very you. Nice track.
Thank you.
Enjoyed all of your live performances as well as the album.
Thank you.
Can't wait to get my hands on it. I bet you can't wait to get your hands on it first.
Yeah, I'm right there with you right now.
But Jory Avner, vocals, production, guitar, piano, electric guitar, drums, arrangement, and visual art. So you're a jack of all trades, man.
Trying to be.
You definitely are.
Thank you.
So go check him out April 6th with Eric Quigley over at, was it Elbow
Elbow
Room?
Room?
Nice.
Yeah,
April 6th, if you want to see him live, he definitely does justice to that acoustic, and his voice is on point.
Thank you.
So thank you, Jory.
Thank you.
Appreciate all your time, and we'll
Appreciate
hear
it.
from you again.
Absolutely, yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. We are WZRD Chicago, 88.3 FM, The Wizard. We are coming back to you live from the campus of Northeastern Illinois University. As I said before, we are going to give away a pair of tickets to see the Black Angels with special guests, the Black Lips. So if you're interested in winning a pair of those tickets, call me anytime between now and 2 o'clock. It is 773-442-4578, and we'll give them a little playing here. We got Black Lips for you. WZRD Chicago.